The Dan Townley Breakfast Show. Weekdays 8 till 10 on Six Towns Radio.
Yes, this is the Dan Townley Breakfast Show with you on Six Towns Radio. It's the 2nd of August 2017, and I am delighted to say on the phone right now, we have got the one, the only, Sinitta. Sinitta, thank you very much for joining me.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you very much for asking. How are you?
Very good, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely no worries. Thank you for getting up early this morning to chat to us about I just said we're just gonna have a chat. We're gonna get to know each other. We're gonna talk about the re-release of So Macho as well. So let's get on with that. We'll talk about that right now. You are re-releasing So Macho. It's nearly 30 years since the original came out. What made you bring So Macho out in 2017?
Well, it was a funny thing because I was asked to do the Pilgrim's Cheese campaign, and they put together a 27-piece orchestra, and they did a classical version. We did a classical music version of So Macho to go with the advert. The whole concept was supposed to be that cheese, like wine, gets better with age, and the compliment in it for me was Sinitta gets better with age, and things change was the hashtag. Things change. So even So Macho getting a makeover, and from being a sort of cheesy 80s pop song was now this beautiful classical number, and it worked really well. But from that, a record company, Avenue, got in touch and some great mixers. And decided that why didn't we do a 2017 dance version of the track as well? And together with DJs like Louis Anderson, put together 4 different dance mixes of the track, and it's come out really well. So I've suddenly found myself 30 years later doing festivals and TV shows and performances all over as a sort of reborn version of So Macho, which has been great fun.
When you did that original advert with the classic version, did you think, oh, this could happen, or was it a case that we completely left field and it's just happened all of a sudden? Is that how it happened? How it came across?
Well, sort of. I must admit, standing with the orchestra and hearing the orchestra playing it live, because I was thinking, how's that going to work? It all seemed a bit weird, really. But when they started to play this amazing orchestra, I got quite emotional because I couldn't believe that it could sound so good. And also everything kind of came flooding back because obviously I was a really young girl, my first hit single, it was the beginning of the best days of my life, and it all kind of sort of came crashing in on that moment. And it just seemed like, you know what, I mean, who knows, it just seemed like endless possibilities. So it was a surprise to get the opportunity to do the current mixes as well. But it all kind of carried on that same momentum of, you know what, just don't limit yourself, go with it, say yes, and see what happens. And it's been a great ride so far.
I mean, the original single is still played. Pretty much, like you listen, you can listen to any radio show, and they'll kind of play it in, they'll fit it in. So it's still got that kind of like the traction behind that. People think it's a great song still, and then with the 2017 version, you've just kind of reimagined what people thought of it. So let's talk about the lyrics of the song. Mm-hmm. Is it? I mean, is it in particular a dating profile from the time? Is it something you're still looking for?
Do you know what the funny thing is? As I was looking at it and thinking, you laugh at your younger self. But recently, because of having to look, and I'm thinking, what does So Macho mean now? And in a way, if it wasn't just kept on the physicality of So Macho, but the idea of an experienced man of the world, someone who could love and protect me, I actually think, it still stands. It still represents the kind of man I'd be interested in. But, it doesn't mean he's got to literally have, those bodybuilder muscles and all of that. Although, why not? I'm not saying I'd reject that, but that's not, it's more the overall thing of being a big, strong man, mentally strong, spiritually strong, all those things.
I definitely don't have a bodybuilder body, but I think I could love and protect you, Sinitta. So I think I've got a chance.
I think you've got good banter. I think you've got a good heart.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
I think there's a bit of a macho man. There's a bit of So Macho in all of us, isn't there?
I might do a return song for you and sing and I'll write a song and return to So Macho and see if I can get a reply. Maybe that's what I'll do in the future.
Brilliant, actually. That would be great fun.
I'll get on with that. I'll do a music video and everything, and I might even we've got to talk about it. That infamous dress that you wore on the X Factor. I might have to wear
the
that
leaf dress.
in the video.
I think you should wear the leaf thong.
Oh, hello. I mean, I will do.
Because I don't think you need the top. I don't think you need the bikini top. Maybe a leaf thong and then maybe some leaves in your hair, just to
just to
junglify a look.
Just to kind of counterbalance that. Was the dress? Is it something that you've had in your wardrobe for a while and you wanted to wear it, or was it part that you thought the TV show? I've got to make an entrance. Let's make a dress out of leaves.
You know what? It was literally, and this is what I mean. Taking myself a little bit more seriously, but not too much more. But it was literally just done to make Simon laugh. Where Simon and the producers were expecting me to come out in a white bikini. At the last minute, I decided I definitely didn't want to be in a white bikini. It's a girl thing. Some days you're in the mood, some days you think, no, it's not a bikini day in front of 20 million people on TV. And so I went out to a nursery, and they were actually live plants. So they didn't last for much longer than that moment because it was really hot and the leaves were wilting in the sun. But it was done literally to make Simon laugh. I didn't even know it would make the cut. I thought it would be one of those bloopers that we'd have a laugh amongst ourselves about, show at the sort of end-of-season staff party. But they kept it in and put it on TV, and it's become one of those moments.
It's definitely become one of those I'd say iconic television moments. It was so iconic. Local man, so we're in Stoke-on-Trent, and local man Robbie Williams, when he was on the X Factor,
that's right.
He got the dress out, and he wore a leaf dress as well. So you're a fashion icon when it comes to leaf dresses.
Unbelievable! It's so funny. It's one of those things that who'd have thought. But, I mean, that's the best thing. Sometimes when you overplan something, it doesn't happen. You throw something together for a joke, and suddenly it's everywhere. And even Robbie Williams pays homage to it, which was fantastic. I think Will Young's done it as well, actually.
Yeah, a lot of people have copied the Sinitta style of the leaf dress.
Funny how all these modern boys like to dress up in a dress, though. What do you think about that?
It's just the modern world. It's the way the world is. It's 2017. It's completely fine. Let's talk. There's been a lot of rumours recently. Obviously, Celebrity Big Brother kicked off last night, and there was a lot.
And I wasn't in the house, was I?
You weren't.
Was I in the house?
You weren't, but I was worried because I knew this interview was coming up, and I was watching it going, if she turns up, then I don't know how I'm going to do this interview.
It's all going to go a bit pear-shaped.
Yeah, I was like, we're going to have to go into the Big Brother house. We'll do a chat through Big Brother. I don't know how it was going to work, but it has started. There was a lot of rumour that you were going to go in or you weren't going to go in. You did I'm a Celebrity back in 2011. Is Celebrity Big Brother something you would think about going in for?
Do you know, I think it's something I'd like to do before I retired or died or something like that, definitely. But I've tended to go for the shows that there's some kind of skill set involved, like going to ski or ski jump or things like that. The jungle was a bit challenging, but I did that because I thought it would cure me of my fear of spiders and snakes and everything, but it didn't. But I think Big Brother, I mean, it's the easiest one, isn't it? Because all you do is sit around and eat and chat, and I can chat for England. So, I think that's kind of that's the least challenging. I don't know.
It depends if you're a people person. I mean, some of the people that go in, you think, I couldn't spend an hour with you, let alone a day. So maybe that's the challenging aspect of it.
Yeah, it depends who you're in there with. That's true.
Who would be your dream housemate? Who would you love to see go in the Celebrity Big Brother house? Oh gosh, that's so difficult.
I like so many people. Well, I did ask to take Simon with me the first time I was interviewed, but Simon wouldn't come, so that was a bit strange. They said yes, but Simon said no. Louis Walsh would be fun. Like people who make you laugh, who've got a really clever sense of humour and, who don't get irritated easily. I thought Jedward were bonkers, but lots of fun. They're a bit like having my own children, so I'd be used to that. There'd be lots of naughty porno, though, I think. And then I was trying to think of people who didn't swear, which actually it's really weird because I think people who don't swear, when they're in the Big Brother house, they all start swearing anyway, don't they?
Yeah.
Maybe just because they're allowed to. So I think that would be interesting to try and find a non-swearing housemates. And those requests were real, but I thought they were quite interesting. It would be quite a good challenge. And you can imagine how much money you could make for charity, or maybe for my shoe fund, if you collected money for every time somebody swore.
That's a very good point. We should count the next episode. We should count, see how many swears happen in one episode, and then we could
and imagine that's £1 in my piggy bank, and see how much money we get.
Exactly. Well, let's start the hashtag Sinitta Shoe Fund, and then count up every time you would have £1.
I'm definitely going to do it.
Do it. So hashtag Sinitta Shoe Fund. Every time somebody swears, there's another £1 for Sinitta Shoe Fund. That would work. You appear on last week, in fact, during the final of Big Brother. You performed on Bit on the Side. You performed the new single.
Yes.
Is that something you'd prefer to do, that side of the Big Brother? So you'd be more of a social commentator of it.
Well, it wasn't my idea, and I did think, you know what, I just think, what if you're not happy in the house and you want to leave, or, there's a spider in there or something, something that sort of sets you off and you don't like it. So I thought, well, just to come down and sort of nice up the place, bring some cute boys on, have a little dance, a little sing. I was trying to persuade Ryland to join in the routine and everything as well. So I did enjoy that. I like performing, and I love the show. I think it's great fun. It's fascinating watching, and I'm pretty good at picking the winner. I thought that actually that Ralph was going to win.
Yeah.
But that was because what's her name she wasn't in the house. Isabel wasn't in the house initially.
Yeah.
But I knew that Ralph would do really well. I also really love Deborah, the other twin.
Yeah.
So, I've gotten quite into it. I never used to watch Big Brother years ago because I didn't get it. And then when I realized it was supposed to be a social experiment to see how different personalities could gel and get on and survive, and you think, well, okay. But it is funny because people do change quite quickly in there, don't they?
Very quickly. I think what happens is for the regular Big Brother, you've got regular everyday people pretending to be celebrities, and then in the celebrity Big Brother, you've got celebrities pretending to be regular people. So it's it's quite interesting, the switch that happens there. Have you seen who's gone in the celebrity version yesterday?
I was actually out last night, so I need to see. But anybody cool? Anyone I know?
Sean Williamson has gone in the house. Amelia Lilly from X Factor as well. So surely that's a connection. So she's gone in the house.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be an interesting one. For me, Derek Akora, spiritual medium. I think he's gonna storm it. He's gonna win. But if you were in there,
well, so can he literally give people like readings about their lives and everything?
I'm guessing so. Well, he said in his interview that he was going to see if there was any spirits walking around the house. So it could take a turn in this year's Big Brother. If you were in there, Sinitta, I would put my money on you to win. I'm gonna go on record and say that now.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that.
When you're due to go in Big Brother, let me know. Drop me a text, and I'll be like, right, I know where I'm going to save my money
You'll
up.
Put your vote on me.
I will put everything on you
and
to
also,
win.
And you're going to count the amount of time people swear so that we get that shoe fund happening.
Hashtag
and
Sinitta
then,
Shoe
what?
Fund.
I think I would give the money to charity, but I think we should still call it Sinitta Shoe Fund.
Sinitta Shoe Fund.
Yeah.
Let's before I let you go and enjoy the rest of your day, what have you got coming up performance-wise? Are you performing at any festivals?
Yes, I've got the Live Wire Festival coming up. I have Southampton Pride, Manchester Pride, and something else. What else am I doing? I am going to be somewhere else. Oh, no, this is terrible. I can't forget one. I can't remember what the other one is.
It'll be on your social media.
It'll be on my social media, yeah. So please come and see me, everybody. Please download So Macho 17. I think you get lots of versions in it, because it's not like, the old days it was on vinyl and you get 2 tracks. I think there's like 3 or 4 different versions all on one download.
Sinitta, thank you very much for allowing us to kind of get you up this early and have a chat with us. We are going to play the 2017 version of So Macho right now. Do you want to introduce it to the listeners at home?
Yes, Pete. In fact, I would like to dedicate this to our very own Dan Townley, because he is so macho.
He's gotta be big and strong, enough to turn